okay, because their lawyers are still working. Okay, despite so what's up, Truthteam? It's your girl, Mickey Truth, Etsy's #1 urban blogger and the queen of paperwork. It's one case that no matter what, no matter how far I get away from covering it, no matter what, it's gonna always be a part of my story because it came with some good and some bad. But nevertheless, it will always be a part of my journey as a blogger, and that's the old block RICO case. And I honestly thought it was over and done with. It's been a minute since I covered it, but it seemed like although it's been a minute since I covered it, it's kind of in the same spot where I left it. Let's get into it.
We have Mickey Truth.
Who is this? You got Mickey Truth kicked out.
Shout out Mickey.
Let's get one thing clear. This your girl, Mickey Truth.
So a lot of Truthteam members have been hitting me up over the past few months about why Muwop hasn't been sentenced yet. But I took some time while I've been under the weather to like just catch up on some cases I haven't talked about in a long time. And I realized it ain't just Muwop. None of the O Block 6 has been sentenced. And I'm like, well, hold on. Why they kicked the last time I talked about it? They changed up the sentencing dates. But now they took away the sentencing dates altogether. Yeah. According to this document filed November 12, 2025, they have stricken all the dates. And to my knowledge, no new dates has been provided. So what's taking so long? Well, there's a couple things, and y'all already know all documents I use for my content will be available on Patreon, so y'all can read line for line because there's a few motions that have been filed. Now, one in particular that I'm going to highlight is definitely the one for Kenny Mac, right? And it's been so long, Kenny Mac, right? Yeah. So his attorney basically have a full argument explaining why his conviction should not be withheld. Like it should be thrown out or the case should be tried, okay? And these are just some key points that I took from what he wrote in the document, okay? He said the government admitted that Robeson was not a member of O Block, only associate. They argue that under law, you cannot maintain or increase your position in an enterprise you're not a member of. They say the feds blurred the lines between Parkway Gardens, a physical place, and O Block, the indicted RICO enterprise. They say Robeson had two connections. He was friends with Liggins. His sister lived in Parkway Gardens. They argue there was zero evidence he committed the murders to gain status or approval. They say the government misapplied RICO law and violent crimes in aid of racketeering. They argue the feds essentially turned friendships plus location into RICO membership, which the law does not allow. They claim the government should have charged him with conspiracy, not as a full RICO participant. That's a key thing. Okay. The filing is huge because listen, any act of Rule 29 or Rule 33 challenge delays sentences until the judge rules on it. And like I told y'all, the judge ain't been ruling on jack squat, okay? Because a lot of the rulings that I was waiting on based on my last videos are still not ruled on. That's crazy. And I swear it's been at least 6 months since I talked about the O Block RICO case. So it's like, what the world, okay? So another document that I showed y'all originally, okay, so the sentencing hearings were canceled, okay, and that's for Liggins, Robeson, Alford, Thomas, Smart, and Turbin, okay. Again, so what this means is when a federal judge strikes sentencing hearings, like they strike it, okay, from every defendant, that means something big is still unresolved. And you know, all defendants are saying, hey, it's capped in this case. We need to be retried from the corroborators to the witnesses to the snitches. We need all this done over, okay? So again, this is just based off recent filings. And even back in July, Muwop legal team even filed a motion to continue sentencing. So it's a lot of motions that's still out there, okay? So again, Rule 29 and Rule 33 motions must be decided first, okay? Because they basically are saying, hey, yeah, we got found guilty, but we shouldn't have because of this, that, right? And we done went over a lot of, especially on the Muwop motion to dismiss, right? So as far as Robeson, he's challenging the fundamental legal flaw in the case. Okay, the judge cannot sentence someone if there's a pending motion that could overturn the conviction. This alone can delay sentencing for many months, and we are already in years at this point. Okay. Co-defendants adopted each other's argument. Like I told y'all in the Dirt case, hey, when one defendant filed one, especially when you got a bunch of them, when one defendant filed a motion, they automatically include everybody else unless their legal team says otherwise. Okay. Now, again, the judge may need to just issue one ruling that applies to all 6 defendants instead of going through each motion. However, you know, she ain't applied to nothing or replied to nothing as far as I saw. Okay. And you know what, RICO cases is already complex. Like, you can ask any actual lawyer, I'm pretty sure it's complex. You know, just from my little bit of knowledge I know about it, it seems very like stressful, like give you a headache type thing, right? Because it slows down everything because it's so particular, right? So what makes it even more complex is just Robinson team brought up a key point, the membership. Because even when I was there, the whole thing was tying how does O Block go to the next level. Like they say, okay, well, you know, the KI murder was to push Vaughn forward. The I forgot the other murder that FBI Butter had testified to that he witnessed that T. Roy did, pushed it further, you know. So it's like everything was to push O Block further, but if you're not a member of O Block, then how can you be pushing something forward? I mean, it gives you, you know, it gives you some thought, you know. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's like they're not being sentenced, okay, because their lawyers are still working. Okay, despite whether they pay, whether they're public defender, they're still working. They're still putting in work to try to overturn the conviction. And I'll be honest, it a lot of that stuff was shaky. Just from just watching it play out, it was shaky. But will they ever make it to sentencing? That's the thing. Will they ever make it to sentencing? Because it sounds like it might be a chance that this is going to be retried again. I'm just saying. Another question y'all have been asking me is, do you think anybody from O Block RICO is cooperating with the Lil Dirt case? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who cooperating with what. In my opinion, I'm pretty sure they went to ask them boys because they already tried to tie OTF and O Block together. Now, the cooperating co-conspirator or whatever, we already know he's not O Block. They already explained who he is in the beginning of the Dirt case. So we know he's not O Block. So the one that's facing life and all, that's not an O Block member. We already know that because they broke that down to us in the beginning. Remember, you have to add on pieces every time they drop a document. So just always remember, you got to go back. So to those that saying, oh, it's one of the O Block, no. They already said where that person is from and all that. That's not them. Okay, so I'm just saying. But we'll see how it play out because Dirt is set to go to trial this time in January. So that means like around Christmas, they have to release the initials of who's going to be being a witness. Okay. Y'all remember it played out the same way with the O Block case. You remember the RWs, the MWs, and all that. They have to release that to the defense, and they may pull a whoop-de-doo. Like on the O Block case where we found out the initials. I don't know, but whatever drops around Christmas, you know your girl gonna be there to break it down. With that being said, like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Now pull up on your girl, Mickey Truth. Catch y'all on the next one. Holla!
Shout out Mickey. Mickey, you gonna be big. Like,
yeah, I'm trying to conquer the world, coming from where I come from. Hey, this your girl, Mickey Truth, #1 blogger in South Carolina. Hold on, wait, before I go, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me to book your slot. A lot of y'all be hitting me up on Instagram and the email wanting to just talk about content, whether you're an up-and-coming content creator or somebody just got questions about cases or whatever. Book your consultation with me now. The information is on the screen. Hey, make sure you get your slot because my slots be filling up fast. Come join the Truthteam on Patreon. All documents that I use for my content is available to the members. So y'all come tap in with the Truthteam on Patreon. What's up, Truth Team? I am here, okay? About to get a touch of love. Yes, I'm at Touch of Love Massage Shop, okay? Now listen, I've been getting my massages through Touch of Love for years, even before it was a shop to come to. But let me show you around, and then I got to get ready because I'm feeling a little tense. And let me tell you, if you work in like call centers, streamers, YouTubers, sitting at that desk all the time, you definitely need to be tapping in and get your massage. So let's take a tour. So it was located in a nice business building. The suite was set up real comfortably. It was like to the back, and the candles was burning. The aromatherapy was definitely there. Okay, so I had to get undressed, and I'm like, yo, I gotta get all the way undressed. But anyway, like I said, being getting massages, Nakia is awesome at what she does, and let me tell y'all, them hands are blessed, okay? I got the full body massage, including, okay, the hot stones. And when I say that hour went so fast, I even went to sleep. And I always go to sleep during massage for some reason. But yeah, definitely needed that because y'all know I had a night ahead of me, okay?
Guys, I'm Nakia. I am the owner operator of Touch of Love Massage Services. I always start with people. I start with the information of what massage is. So massage is the manipulation of muscles. Exercise is the manipulation of muscles. The only difference is we are manually using our hands to do those activities. So a lot of people look at massage as a luxury when really it's a health necessity. So I'm more on the medical side of things. So if you're experiencing any pain of any sort, muscles is 90% of pain, so I would recommend you to come and get a massage.
How can they follow you?
I do have my business page, Touch of Love Massage Services, on Instagram. I have Touch of Love Massage Services on Facebook, and if you want to set an appointment with me, you can look me up on Setmore. It's an app platform online where you can book appointments.
Hey, there you have it. And y'all, I feel like a new woman, but now it's time to parties. I'll catch y'all in the next one.